Kanye West, or formerly known as Kanye West,
Yay!
Yay, has signed a couple of athletes,
Hmm.
right? So in addition to now music and fashion, his latest venture is now signing athletes.
And he
So we had
signed
good.
Celtics star Jaylen Brown. And he's the most recent one that he signed, and that just happened. It's his first NBA player, and then he also has defensive Rams defensive player Aaron Donald. So this is pretty cool because we just covered Ye in his new. He just filed a whole bunch of trademarks for Yeezus because he's planning amusement parks and NFT platforms and I believe like what was it like lipstick or nail polish or something like all kinds of different things that he has metaverse experiences. So and now he's in the sports realm by representing with his new company Donda Sports. So this guy is a businessman. He's all over the place with it. But it's fun. It sounds like a lot of fun. Like it sounds like he's getting into the stuff that he's interested in. And that's something that I actually tell artists and stuff that I come up with. I mean, it's not really the same thing, but kind of just like when you are an artist to embrace the things that you're interested in naturally. Like so Kanye is known for going to a lot of sporting events. He's known for being
Right.
like at everything and stuff. So he obviously has a passion for it. So for him to get involved in this way makes kind of sense for him. Um so just always just kind of playing to the stuff that you're into and having a happy career.
Joel asks, is Donda competing with Rock Nation Sports? It's all competition and it's fair competition, right? We don't want anyone monopolizing the market. But to your point, guys, when it comes to kind of diversifying your catalog, right, we're talking about now things like NFTs, non fungible tokens, right, getting into the digital space. But if you are Kanye West and now seeing where revenue comes in for him, right, where does he make his money from? Is it his music? Is it his clothing? Is it his shoes? But just seeing
Yes,
now, the
yes,
more that you
yes.
diversify, for anyone, whether you're in the music realm or not, right? So we have people who get into real estate and who get into investing. There's different ways to kind of diversify your portfolio, and I kind of feel like this is what he's doing. And I feel like even as we reported that he is getting now into NFTs as well. I think that it's all relative, and he's now seeing the value of signing other artists. I'm sorry, not artists, but athletes. But he has signed artists to his imprint as well.
No, I just think I'm a fan of Kanye. I've always been a fan of Kanye. I will continue to be a fan of Kanye throughout all of his, many public issues and things that go on there. But there wasn't too many years ago where you saw Kanye on Sway in the Morning talking about how Sway didn't understand how what it takes to be a businessman and just making all the money and stuff like that, and just how he didn't feel like he was being kind of recognized as an innovator and as a designer and as a talent and stuff like that. And I love that, a lot of people could be just kind of discouraged from their stuff, but he always presses on and he always has new
That's a good
ventures that
point.
he's getting into. He's always looking for new ways to innovate. And it doesn't matter if, the industry or, the media is against him. He's still trying to make his moves and he still makes big moves. Doesn't matter what controversy is going on. So good for him.
Yeah, I wonder what it'd be interesting to have a conversation with Kanye on kind of what's your thought process, right? So, we hear a lot of successful people talking about this idea of failure, right? So everyone might feel like they have little micro failures every single day, but
Right.
in the
Right.
macro, you tried something big and then that thing was a success, that thing wasn't. And that happens as people start to scale, right? They'll try different businesses. Some things will burn down to the ground and
Right.
they're a miserable failure. But I think for even him, especially like being under the public scrutiny for things that he has said, whether he deserves the blowback or
Yeah. Right.
not,
Right.
but
Right.
he does persevere on. I think that's a very good point.
Yeah, no, I just like that he always is taking chances. Like even with his live shows and stuff, he'll perform a whole shows in a mask, or he will just his stage
Right.
will just be this giant, essentially like ice skating ring, and he's just kind of like I don't know. It's just very he's a very creative guy, and I wish him luck.
What was that documentary that we watched? We should plug that. That was a good one. The
Oh,
Kanye, what was it?
Genius, yeah, Netflix. It's really good. Like to see
It's really
watch
good.
to watch and like you really understand and you really see that Kanye has always been Kanye. He's always just been an extremely motivated, and extremely determined, and
Outspoken,
outspoken, won't take
determined.
no for an answer,
Yeah.
and just kind of, you know, kind of shows you what he really had to work and hustle hard to get to what he got. Like he had to annoy a lot of people and get in a lot of people's faces and suffer a lot of rejection and have a lot of people trying to, to hold him back, and he pushed through all of that. And I mean,
Well,
I
and
think
he
it's
documented it, right? So he
so
was his
genius.
he was his own cheerleader, right? And he knew his greatness before anyone else did. And so he had someone document his journey basically from the beginning. And you see him, at Rock Nation headquarters, and he's playing his demo for anyone that will listen to him, right? And you see these
Right.
girls who are just like trying to get on with their day, and he's like performing for them. And, quite frankly, being,
Yeah, no,
you
they
know,
just wanted to work.
a
They were
little
just trying to get back to work, and like they had filing and stuff to do, and he's just like, no, 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 let me just play this real quick, and then just moves to
yeah.
the next room. It's great. It's a great genius
But
on
that goes to kind of like, the hustle, especially for independent artists who are trying to kind of come up. You have to be the one that is shoving your brand and your marketing and your genius in front of other people's faces. Because just because, other people don't believe in you, they don't understand you, they don't get your music, there's an audience for you. And so it's really about believing in yourself and continuing to believe in yourself, even after you have that success, right? Even if you have to, after you hit a certain level, you have to remember that you always need to be your biggest cheerleader, because, as soon as you start letting people's opinions get into your head, be it good or bad, that's when you are starting to fail. And that's
and
when
being
your perception is
surrounded
going to
by
get
cheerleaders.
tweaked.
Being
Yeah.
surrounded by cheerleaders. I mean, we saw Tyler the Creator on his Amazon performance. He gave that great speech when he was just talking about Odd Future and his beginnings and coming up and stuff. And he just said the reason why he made it with his blogs and everyone was just telling him like, a bunch of skate kids and shit won't do anything. I had to be my biggest cheerleader, and I had to be surrounded by the biggest, everybody around me were my biggest cheerleaders. That's why it worked, is because everybody was just always supporting each other and helping each other. So it's awesome.